Welcome to Ope. I Found a Weird Show. I'm Laura.
And I'm Lauren.
And first, I want to apologize to you, Lauren, to myself, to everyone involved. I did not know that this show would be so scary.
It's so funny that you started off with that because I was going to demand an apology. But you beat me to it because why did you do this to me?
I did it to us both.
I know.
I have cursed us both.
And what's worse is like I'm still intrigued by this show. Like I gotta know things, but I can't lie. I watched like half of this episode because the other half I just used my little swivel chair and turned around because there was no way I was watching any of that. No way.
Yeah. No, there was a scene again in it that was like when I was recapping it and I was watching it, I was like, "Oh no, I hate this so much."
And
why?
I feel like there's multiple of those scenes for me, but
it got better the second watch. It got better the second watch where I was not as like, because I was ridiculous when we were watching this episode. Every time something happened, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I was cursing a lot. I was on mute cursing a lot. Yeah, it was an interesting watch, but I also, for anyone listening, like 2 minutes into this episode, I yelled out, like, "You're doing the recap on this. I'm not watching this again." And you got so mad at me.
I was like, oh, come on.
There was no way in hell, and now I'm terrified because I have to do the next one, and it's gonna be worse. I have a bad feeling.
Yeah, you should have done the first 4. I would have been cursed with the last 4.
Oh God.
I get the finale though, if that's helpful.
That's true. Maybe the finale is just gonna be like sunshines and rainbows and everyone's happy.
Yeah, it seems like that's the direction this show's going.
It's totally, absolutely. But also, you had said that when you went back and looked at some scenes from the first episode.
Yes. Do you want to hear about those now?
Well, if it's a good time for it. If not, it can wait.
We can absolutely. I think you're right. So to be transparent, we watched the episode with some of our friends, and Lauren had to leave, but we hung out and talked about it a little bit, so she didn't get to hear the conversation. And you guys have all heard of Corvée, bless her. She deep dives into everything that ever existed. So she did a little cultural research as well. I do believe you were right. I believe you're right that the nurse is the little girl.
It was such like a random thought that just popped into my head, so if it is her, I'm gonna be so happy.
So there is a part later in this episode that kind of ties to that, and I will talk more on it then. But we do believe that is accurate, and we also believe that I was slightly right in the last episode about the coma patients.
Oh.
Because culturally, coma patients, that's kind of, I guess, per Corvée, I did not do this research, but that it's kind of treated the same way as ghosts, right? Like if you're in a coma, your spirit's kind of in the same space, right? There's a scene in the bathroom that we will kind of talk more about this stuff and kind of her story that she talks about during that connects with the coma patient stuff, and that kind of leads into the conversation that we had as a group.
Okay.
So but yeah, other than we agreed that you were right.
Okay. I loved being right, especially since I said I'm not making any theories until episode 7.
Yeah. So today I am doing the recap, like Lauren said, and we are recapping episode 2 of Light Shop. Yeah, no, sorry guys, we're doing Light Shop still.
Whoops, we skipped the introduction. My bad.
But yeah, so episode 2 is called The Door.
I'm already scared hearing this. Oh my God. Okay.
What's up?
I just said I'm already scared just like hearing the name of it because I'm like, oh, right, The Door.
The Door, yeah. Because you remember. You remember the cursedness. So we start the episode with a young lady in a house that we find out is on the creepy alley. And she's talking to this realtor about the house and possibly moving in. I guess they've looked at some apartments and blah, blah, blah. And she's fixated on like a burnt out light bulb, but he's like, you know, oh, you can just replace that. Don't worry about that. But like, look at how nice this place is. And like, look at the kitchen. And I agree. I do want to say I loved that kitchen. That kitchen was nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was a decent space. I did not like the sales guy, like the realtor, whatever. He was just like, he gave me icky vibes.
He was weirdly like super pushy.
So pushy, which like, I mean, he's trying to sell her on this place, but like, did not like it.
Yeah, I was not a fan of him either. And I wonder how much of it was like the dub and stuff like that, but it felt off.
Yeah.
And so they're going through the house, and she notices that there are metal grates on the windows, and he's like, yeah, it's the first floor, you know, we got to keep you ladies safe. And which is like, I mean, fair, but like also, okay. And as she's walking through, like, he's kind of like, look, if you don't want it, you could go to the apartment. She's like, I don't like the apartments. They're too loud, you know. I'm looking for a place that's quiet. He's like, yeah, nobody's around here. Like, it's great, and if you don't snatch it up, somebody else is gonna. And as all realtor talk, and she heads to this one door, and it's locked. And the realtor's like, oh yeah, that door doesn't open. That room isn't finished. And she's like a little concerned about this, as you should be.
I think she should have been more concerned. I think that's like a deal breaker for me. There will not be any space in my home that I cannot explore and see what is up with it.
Yeah. Like, I lived in an apartment that I had access to the basement. Now, did I ever use that basement? Abso-fucking-lutely not. But I had access to it, and I could go look down in it if I needed to.
Yeah.
So, but he's like, oh, you got 2 other bedrooms, you know, just this one that you can't go in because it's not finished. You know, but if you don't like it, you can get the apartment. And she's like, I don't like apartments, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, this is all you can afford. I was like, damn.
Rude.
I know. I was like, new realtor, get away from me. No. But she moves in. There ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm moving in.
Mm-hmm.
But she moves in. And we see her, like, having a cute little unpacking scene and making the place nice. And, you know, she, like, puts a curtain up over the creepy door even. She hangs some mirrors. And, you know, I mean, the place is nice. Again, loved the kitchen. Great water pressure. Nice floors. Weird lights, though. But, you know, it's fine. And as she's cleaning up a bit and making it, you know, what it is, we see some red pumps. And I immediately was
God.
like, is this the past and she's red pump ghost?
Yeah, both of us, like, they just casually showed the shoes, and you and I were both like, hold up.
Yeah.
Because we commented on the shoes in the first episode. We're like, damn, those are cute.
Yeah.
Tall Ghost Lady's got some fashion sense.
Right?
And so both of us were like, hold up. We know those shoes. Yeah. What's going on?
Is this red pump lady? Okay. It is not, but...
That would have been cool, though.
Yeah, like kind of the past story of her.
Yeah.
But Tall Ghost Lady does have a new name later, but we will get there. Which I absolutely love her new name. But
I felt weird calling her Tall Ghost Lady.
Okay, we can drop it now. Her new name is Crinklebone Lady.
I just call her Crinklebones.
Crinklebones. So yeah, she's setting up the nice house, and we see her kind of existing in this space, and then it's like nighttime, and outside there's this kid singing as he's walking through the alley, and he is clearly scared, and I get it. I also sing when I'm scared.
Same.
Yeah. And he hears a noise behind him, and he looks around to see, but there's nothing there. Then he starts walking, like, super fast and singing faster. Again, Yeah, me.
And I think it was also really cool because I think the show does really good at like callbacks or just like intertwining the episodes. Again, we've only seen two of them, but in the first episode, when the main girl's friends, in quotes, friends, if you want to call them that, uh,
I got things to talk about that.
I wish I'd paid more attention to everything, but I do remember that they were like, "Oh yeah, like it's creepy, there's ghosts. Sometimes you can hear singing." And it's like,
Mhm.
"Oh." So like when he started singing, I was like, "Is this the singing that they're referring to? Is just this poor kid is also terrified and running down the alley?" And like more on that later, obviously, but still.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And that's yeah. Nope, it is very cool like the first two episodes and they're like you said how they're intertwined is really really neat. Like it is a really they did a great job. I'm loving it so far. I'm absolutely hating it and loving it at the same time.
I'm having the exact same experience. So I'm like, "Oh my God, this is so cool. Everything's amazing, the writing." But it's so scary.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
You're gonna
So
suffer, but you're gonna be happy about it. It's great.
life. So back in the house, the young lady she hears the boy singing. She's like, I don't know if she's an author or
Pause.
something. Uh-oh.
You're super loud now.
Oh my fucking god!
I'm like,
I feel
okay.
I feel like we should re-record the whole fucking thing.
No, it's like old. Like I try to tell you right when it starts because then we don't have to like redo anything. But I was like, "Oh, you're yelling at me,"
What is happening?
and now you're really quiet.
And now I'm really quiet. I can see it on the thing. Am I okay now? No, I'm not. I'm off. Dude, I hate this. In my soul of souls, we are only 14 minutes in. I feel like we should re-record because the audio is going to be crazy. Am I better now, though? I can see that I'm, like, at the right level.
Yeah, you're
on the
better
fucking
now.
Thing. Okay.
I don't think we need to redo it. I feel like we
Okay.
had like a good conversation through it. I think
Yeah.
if we just do like a little pause, let it recenter itself, it's fine.
Fucking microphone. Throw this thing across the room. So, at least I know where I paused I've got a good pause point.
Okay, good.
So we're back at the house with the young lady, and she hears the boy singing. She's at like a laptop. I don't know if she's a writer or like what, but she's like at the laptop a lot writing. And she's frustrated because again, remember, she hates the apartments because they're too loud. And she talked to the realtor, and he was like, "It's super quiet." And she's like, "Well, clearly not." And
So
the boy,
much for that.
right? And he is singing and running. And he makes it to the end of the alley to the light shop, but he doesn't go in. He keeps walking. Like he pauses at the door and he looks in, but he doesn't go in. And I have thoughts about that we will talk about at the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So the young lady, which I'm going to be honest, we do learn her name, but I'm going to be so awful at these names that I'm so sorry. That's how my recaps are going to be for this show.
I think the same thing for me because I struggle.
But so she falls asleep right like at her laptop, and we see behind her like a creepy shadow move. And then the light goes out, and we cut to the door, and we see a figure walking through it. And one of the light bulbs like actually cracks a little.
Mm-hmm.
So ghosts and lights.
I get why light shop owner guy doesn't want ghosts touching his light bulbs because
Right.
they would just be breaking them all.
Well,
And oh, sorry.
these are the new light bulbs, right? So if she had those sturdy ass old light bulbs, she needs to make a run down to the shop.
Right.
She could get herself some sturdy light bulbs.
Yeah. And it also makes me question, because like in the first episode, the ghost lady who killed the guy in his apartment, the one with the suitcase and the backwards fingernails, she told him leave the lights off. And I'm wondering if that's just because they would break or like or if she would get distracted by the light, like because obviously these ghosts are drawn towards lights. It's all very
I think they would
intriguing.
break. I think they would like do weird flickery things and do all sorts of weird stuff because
just
light
like give
bulbs
her
are
away.
affected by their energy.
Yeah.
So we're back to the boy who was singing earlier, and he has an umbrella this time because it's raining pretty hard, so we're at a new night. And he even says, like, it's more scary now because of the rain. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this poor boy and this
It,
creepy alley.
and it's true though. Like it is such a creepy alley. Poor guy has to go down. Like they need to add some lighting to it or something. Like not make these kids stay out so late because it's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely. So the lady is inside the house, and one of the lights goes out, and she goes to, like, check it, and it, like, she can't get it to come back on. So she's like, ugh, I will just go back down to, to reading, or she sits back down. And then the next light goes out, and she's like, she goes to the breaker, and she tries to fix it, but, like, it's just not working, and she's just kind of like, is it because the house is old? Like, what? Why is it doing this, right? So now, which again, ghosties and lights. We're at the hospital, so we're back to the nurses, and the nurses are there, and so are some doctors, and they're looking at these coma patients in the ICU, and the doctor's like, I don't see any improvement on the patient that he was looking at. He's like, there's really not much we can do. And during this, there's another patient in there who starts talking, and he's like, go away, get away from me. And the nurse is like, I'm so sorry, he's an alcoholic, and they placed him in here because they ran out of beds. And the doctor's like, yeah, we'll move him when he stabilizes. And, we'll also talk to them about the nursing shortages and all these extra hours that you guys are working, and we'll try to get everything resolved for you. And he's like, is there anything else? And she's like, yeah, so the families are all waiting, like, outside. And the doctor's like, yeah, okay, I'll go talk to them. So, like, I don't know what's going on here at this point, but something has happened to create coma patients, right? Like, this, I feel like it's not just, these are coma patients who have just been coma patients. Like, something happened to these people. Because, like, there were several families out there that are, like, waiting for answers. So some kind of event or accident or something has recently happened. We don't get an answer on what yet. And he goes out and he tells them, like, we've done everything we can do, and now we just have to wait. And pulling through this depends on the patients. And one of the moms is like, I don't understand. And, like, what do you mean it depends on the patient? And he's like, at the end of the day, it comes down to how strong the patients are. And she breaks down. She's like, what, you can't do anything? Like, how are they supposed to do? What do you mean? And, like, full fair crash out of a parent,
Oh, yeah, agreed. Because what does that mean?
Yeah, it's such a cliched, like, bullshit, like, doctors. No. But it's a tough situation. What do you say, though? Like, there's not really a good answer on any side for this situation. So I'm hoping that we learn more. I'm sure we will. There's no way we don't learn more about these coma patients. But
yeah.
Back at the house, the lady is blow drying her hair, and there's, like, a bit of a creaking noise. And I do just want to say that our friend Corvée says that if you're a single lady in your house, that you shouldn't blow dry your hair because that's when the things are going to kill you. And,
when she said that, you and I, who are both single women living alone, we're just like, what? Yeah. What do you mean?
She's like, and she went on to say, like, home invaders will know exactly where you are and that you're distracted.
Look, I get the idea behind that, but also I have to live my life.
Yeah, no, it was the most out-of-pocket blast. I can't wait for Corvée to listen to this episode, but it was, Corvée, that was out of pocket, okay?
I just have to say, the next day when I was blow drying my hair, and mind you, I am blasting music in my bathroom when I am in there. So, like, they're going to know where I am no matter what. Yeah. I'm not a quiet person, but that was all that I could think about was just like, Corvée would be so disappointed in me. And then also, like, shampooing my hair, closing my eyes. I was like, I'm gonna die one of these days, and then Corvée at my funeral is gonna be like, I told her not to do this.
Right? Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, yeah. So that was so our girl here is not being a safe single woman. But also somehow she hears the creaking, which I'm like, I blow dried my hair. You can't hear nothing.
No.
So, but she hears the creaking and she stops and she looks over and there's like nothing going on. And so she goes back to blow drying her hair and we hear like a thud and she looks out and she's looking over like demon door is right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's looking over at that. So if something's going on in the room that shall not be opened. We're back to the boy like in the alley walking and singing cuz he's scared out of his mind, which we get a lot of. Like this whole episode is flashes between or house lady and boy in the alley, right? This is going to happen a ton. But he sees a figure up ahead with like a flashlight but like a phone light and an umbrella. We are back in night 1 of the little girl. Like that is her up there.
It it was so eerie seeing that.
Yeah, from the other perspective. Cuz
Yeah.
he was the footsteps, right? Like I thought it
Yes.
was like tall lady or something, but he was the footsteps. So yeah, that's creepy. And the lady in the house hears him singing and she gets like really frustrated, and during this one of the lights goes out but we see behind demon door that a light is like shining through behind it, which is not supposed to be happening.
It's not, and that's when you just leave the house.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You run. I don't care that it's raining. I don't care. I don't care what kind of deposit I put down on this place. I am out. So she gets up to go check because she has a death wish. And like, there's no way. Again, I would not open this door. But she walks over to it and she turns the handle, so it's unlocked now.
I,
We're back.
again, I would be running out of that house.
Yeah, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm living in a house that has a locked door that I can't unlock. So we're back at the hospital, and the nurse that we think is the little girl, like, goes into the bathroom, and she's she's taking a moment, right? Because like all the stuff with the families and the patients has really kind of hit her hard, and she goes into one of the stalls to just kind of take a breather. So, but then she hears some footsteps, and like they approach, and a lady starts to talk to her, and the lady's like, "There's something that I want to ask you. You know, you were all saying that it would depend on the patient's will to live." And the nurse asks her like, "Oh, are you one of the family members? You know, and I'm so sorry." And the lady continues on the outside of the door, and she says like, "This will to live. How exactly does that happen? If a person is unconscious, how do they find that will power?" And the nurse tells her like, "You know, I've always been curious about that myself because when I was a child, I was in an accident and found unconscious at the scene."
Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. You got it. So
No.
she
Okay.
is the little girl and she is in a coma. Like, so this is her like existing, right? And so like I'm going to stop right here. I will continue this in a moment. I'm about to get to the scary scene. We went back and watched episode 1 when they were outside the alley and when they were in the school.
Uh-huh.
The other girls never look at her. They never talk to her. They never interact
No.
with her.
No.
Yeah. So I think that they are friends out, like in her real life, right? But she's kind of following them a bit for parts of it where it's like because that's a place that she would normally go, right? So
Yeah.
she's still existing, but they never look at her. They never talk to her. Either of those scenes.
What about when, and granted we don't see her mother But at the end of the first episode, when she goes in and is like, "Mom, I'm home," and talks to her.
But I think it's so. Remember how the lady in white was like, "We don't have that much time." I think that there is like a reset. Like this stuff only happens at night, right? So I think she's just walking in the door going, "Hey mom, I'm home." And like but it's like a reset. Like it's like this exists only when nighttime is and when the light shop is open.
So, do you interesting. Like, the light shop, he gives her the candy, she eats it, does, like, her little wrapping thing, and he's got, like, all of the ones held. Do you think
Yeah.
he's, like, counting how long she's been in this coma?
Yes. Yeah, so that's why there are that many of them is because that's how many days she's gone through this cycle.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Interesting, interesting.
Yep. Yep. So that's very much what I think it is. I think that she is it's this limbo. It's this limbo, right? And there are spirits here in this limbo who I I think uh, are kind of getting to a point of a decision. Do they have the willpower to get out of it, or are they kind of then stuck and then eventually move on type of situation, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where that's where we
I
but yeah, seeing that they never even look at her, they never like it was crazy.
Oh, that's very interesting. Okay, but
Yeah.
also, for this bathroom scene, if someone tries to have a very serious conversation with me while I'm peeing, we're gonna have an issue.
Yeah, because she didn't know. I mean, she just sat in there to say she didn't. She's just sitting on the toilet. So at least she's not going to the bathroom. But like, also, don't come in like this is a private space. Also, thank God that these were not U.S. bathroom stalls.
Seriously. Seriously, though.
Like at least there's the courtesy, like there's an open top and stuff, but like at least the sides. You can't just see the full person inside the bathroom. Uh, yeah. So back to her story. Um she's always been curious about this because when she was a child, she had an accident and was found unconscious at the scene. And the doctors told her mother, like, the same thing. A patient's will is what's key now. And her mom was just as upset as the mom was earlier, right? She's like, I don't understand what that means. But luckily, the little girl woke up not too long after that. She doesn't know why or what brought her back, but her mom told her that she prayed every day and wanted her to give her the will to push through it. And she says that it wasn't only her will to survive, but also her mother's. And that's why she became a nurse to help or to try to help understand all this. And so the nurse, she continues to tell her that, wait and do everything in your power to fight for that person. At this point, we go into Nightmare Land and the freaking door starts to rattle and she like grabs the lock and it's all a lot. And we get like some scary music and it's awful. And the lady on the outside starts freaking out. And she's like, you know, what are you going to do? Are you telling me there's nothing you can do? And the lights start flashing and we hear banging on the other side of the door. And like it's going up the door, right? The banging is like traveling, which is awful.
And the camera
And
angle.
yeah, it was rough. And she's like, you have to save her. You have like, and she just kept saying, you have to save her. Which who is her? And
Yeah,
then over
the
the
patient was
top,
a guy.
yeah, that's the thing. All the patients that we've seen are guys. So who is she talking about? But then over like the top of the door comes a lady, and she's just screaming at her to save her. And then the lights come back on and someone else is knocking on the door asking like, are you okay? Because you're
Hell
like having a
no.
panic attack in there. And it's one of the janitorial staff and everything is back to normal. And she leaves the bathroom and she's like, yep, I'm cool. But you can tell she is super spooked by all of this.
I'm cool, but I'm not cool.
Mhm.
Never will be again.
So that is the tall lady or Crinkle Bones.
So you agree that it is her?
It is her. I did screenshots comparisons.
Okay.
It's Crinkle Bones.
Okay, because I thought it was, and then everyone was like, "No, different noses, different
It
everything."
was
It's like, I
different
don't
notes. So
know.
that's the thing. So when Crinkle Bone Lady is not tall, her face is different. Her nose is flatter. When she grows, her face distorts a little bit.
Her bones, they crinkled.
They crinkle. You know, it's a whole crinkle thing. We don't just pick and choose which crinkle bones we have. We crinkle all the bones.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So that was the first kind of like, well, I'm nope. Why? Why did I do this to us?
Yeah,
So
this was a moment where I was like, are we friends, or do you hate me and you just tell me that we're friends to my face? Because I can't tell right
uh,
now. I'm confused.
I hate me too, if that helps anything.
I feel like you just admitted that you hate me, so no.
I don't hate you, but I want to watch the world burn. No.
Okay. You just want to suffer with me. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. Suffering can be fun, right? That's what I've been told on my no.
Oh my God.
I I did not know it would be this scary. Which I don't know why I didn't think it would be this scary, because the clip I saw as a YouTube short was one of the clips in this episode that was scary as hell. So I don't know why I didn't think it would be scarier. But I was like, it's fine. Episode 1 was a breeze.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, episode 1 was like, "Ooh, this is intriguing. Ooh, there's a little bit of murder, but, like, it's kinda cool. Everything's kind of, like, off camera." Like, it's just eerie, spooky, and this one's like, "Alright, have you seen The Grudge, and do you want to?"
Right. Yeah. They were like, we've reeled you in and you're stuck now. We're in this purgatory. Uh, so back at the house, our young lady there, she goes into that room, into the demon room that shall not be opened. And there's like one very bright light in there, which is the same type of light as the light shop light that all the ghosts are attracted to. It's like an anglerfish light. It like, are we attracting ghosts? What's happening here? But she shuts it off, and which is weird too. But right at that moment, the seeing boy is walking down the street, like right outside that window. And he sees the light shut off, and she opens the window and she starts to talk to him, and she's like, "Oh, you're the one who sings in the alley every night? Like, why are you doing that?" And he like full just screams and runs. Like, okay.
What a
That
reaction.
yeah. So we don't know like what. I mean, unsure why he had such a violent reaction in that moment. But she shuts the window and she shuts the demon door, and our light bulb like starts to have like little flickers. It doesn't fully come on, but like you can tell there's some juice happening, right? So now we're back at the school, and the self-study kids are there, and they're done for the day though, and it's raining outside. So this is not the night of the first night. This is another night. I don't know, it all blends really weird. But these kids are in there, and like one of them's asleep, and the other two friends are like, "Don't wake her up. It'll be funny." So these girls, even if they are being mean to Ghost Girl and they unintentionally, they're mean to their other friend too. So these little girls are not okay.
Little shits.
Yeah. And the girl like she they leave, and our girl, our ghosty girl, is like, oh, well, she kind of gets up, but she stops, and she feels bad, and she tries to wake her up, and she shakes her a little bit, and the girl like doesn't want to wake up. She's doing that whole thing like 5 more minutes, and she finally like looks at her, and she just says, "You're so pretty," and weird, which is a weird
Yeah.
thing to say, right? So it feels like she doesn't know this person.
Yeah.
So she goes back to sleep, and our main girl's like, "That's weird. I'm just gonna go." And so she walks by herself to the mouth of the alley, and she sees something. And she takes out that little wind up flashlight that the light shop owner gave her, and she winds it up, and then she starts walking down that alley. and she hears footsteps, and she sees a lady in front of her. And she stops, I know, to wind up the light, and we see those red pumps. So we know that it is Crinkle Bones. And Crinkle Bones is looking at her, right? So Crinkle, like, not only does she see Crinkle Bones, but Crinkle Bones sees her. And these children are too polite. So even though Ghost or Light Shop guy said, ignore everybody, she runs up because we're helpful, and she's like, do you want to share my umbrella?
I think this girl needs to learn stranger danger. Well, I
Yes.
guess she will learn stranger danger.
Yes. Yes. And the lady asks her, she's like, who are you? And she's like, oh, I'm a student in the area. And she's like, where are you going? And the little girl's like, oh, I'm going to the light shop because my mom wants me to run an errand. And the tall lady, like, takes off. And the little girl runs to catch up with her to hold the umbrella over her. And they keep talking. Like, where do you live? And she tells her where she lives, which is
This
like,
girl, I swear.
child, what are they teaching you in this school? Because it's clearly not any kind of street sense. But all of a sudden, we see on the little girl's arm that Crinklebone's hair is starting to grow, and it's like kind of like laying on her arm, which is I don't know what it is about hair, but hair is very gross.
Okay, agreed. I don't want anyone else's hair on my arm. But also, I'm a little jealous about her hair growth because I want mine to
Fact.
grow that fast.
That is, yeah, that was impressive.
It was like thick, voluminous hair. I'm like, okay, what's your routine?
But that's also something that you have hair grow abilities, you got to do that in the privacy of your own home.
This is an indoor activity.
Because other people are going to be creeped out by your hair grow abilities.
That is true. That's a behind closed doors kind of superpower.
Yeah, but her hair was really nice.
Oh,
I agree.
I need that. Yeah, I gotta know what serum she's using, because please.
So we see, like, from behind now, we get a shot of them walking, and, like, Crinklebone lady, like, her heels, like, her ankles start going sideways in those pumps, and we hear the crinkles and the cracking and the growing. And also, that's just me walking in heels. I'm going to be so honest.
I also want to say that, like, crinkle is such a demure word for what that sounded like, because it was horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible sounds.
It's full bones cracking. I threw out crinkle bones when we were watching it, because I'm like, I'm gonna make this. I need something. I need something to dim the horror.
There is no dimming this horror. And all of us watching it were just screaming at this point.
Yeah. And she also starts to get taller. And our young girl, like, looks over at her, and she's, like, slowly raising the umbrella to just try to, like, girl, get out. And so until it becomes too tall. And then she, like, pulls it back, and then we get, like, kind of this side view, and we can see that her hands, which that was one of the creepier things to me, those hands were just wrong, right? They were extra long, like, because all the bones crinkle.
Claws.
Yeah. And it was, oh, man, I didn't know. That was not a thing that was okay for me. And I don't know why it's things like that like, really creep me out. Like, it was the things with, like, the fingernails on the wrong side of the hand and stuff like that. It's all that stuff that's, like, it's just slightly weird.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just like, ooh, no, because don't touch me with your weird crinkle bone hands, ma'am. So the little girl kind of flashes back to what the light shop guy said to her, and she's like, when he said, like, if you see something strange, don't point it out, let it go, just pretend you didn't see anything. But the little girl is freaked out. I mean, she's so freaked out. And she got a creepy giant lady next to her.
Well, and she already did, like, both of those things. Like, so it's already too late.
Yeah. but she tries to pull it back, and she's like, "Hey, I just remembered I need to hurry up, my mom." She says like, "I gotta go," and so she starts like walking, right? She starts speed walking, and she, you know, she hears the creepy crinkle bones start coming after her, and she turns around and like she sees her start coming after her, and like you're kind of like, okay, well she's in those heels, so maybe I can outrun her. But the thing you've got to remember about tall people, their gait, man, she's tall, right? So she's moving some distance. So this,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, we were all like, "Oh, she's gonna move slow," and then we're like, "Nope, nope,
nope.
run, run."
Oh yeah, it's awful. So she does. She starts running and she's screaming, and the light shop owner hears her, and he comes out of the shop, and this is the first time we've seen him out of the shop, which is interesting. And
Yeah.
but he's still at the door. He's still like hanging a bit. And she runs up behind him and she like points, and he's like, "Go home to your mother." And Crinklebone Lady like keeps coming up, but then he lifts up his sunglasses, and whatever's going on behind those stop her in her tracks. And she turns around and she starts walking back down that alley. Who is he? What is he? He's not a ghost.
I don't think,
He
yeah, I said it before. I don't think he's a ghost. He is something, and he's powerful.
he is like some sort of demon or angel or something, right? Or some kind of gatekeeper maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is powerful. And if I'm gonna be, can I be best friends with you? Because like
Yeah,
anybody who
protect
can scare
me.
Crinkle Lady, Crinkle Bones, I need help. So
Right.
back at the school, yeah. So that was our second. So there were about 3 scary moments: the bathroom stall, that one, and then another one coming up. There's a couple in that last
Uh,
bit. So we're almost done with the scary. But back at the school, the girl who was asleep gets woken up by some thunder, and she looks over and sees another young girl in the room who is sitting at that empty desk that her friend had pointed out. And that girl says to her, "I saw it. Did you see it too?" Which is like, "What? You're a ghost too, bitch?" Nope. Nope. I don't know. That's the thing. It's like, who's ghost and who's not ghost. I think the girl was like, "Did you see the other ghost?" "I see the other ghost." And she's like, "Oh my god, I'm not a ghost. I should not be here." But also don't fall asleep at school. Uh,
yeah, I think that's the main story of this show.
yeah,
Don't fall asleep at school.
yeah. Why would you ever? I said, don't be at school at night. I mean, I know it's cultural, but like that seems awful and dangerous. Who is walking these children home? Um, so
Nobody. Well,
I know.
ghosts apparently.
It's true. So we're back at the apartment, and our young lady is sleeping, but there's like something dripping on the bed right next to her face.
Ew.
Yeah, and our young boy, he's walking through the alley again, and he stops though because our lady with the suitcase is there. And these children are too polite because he immediately he runs over, puts his umbrella above her head, and he's like, I'm so sorry if I scared you. And she's like, "Where are you going?" And he's like, "Oh, to the light shop at the far end of the street. If I can get there, I can get home because it's so bright."
Mhm.
So again, the light shop is kind of a gateway, right?
It is. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he asks her like, "Are you headed there?" And she just kind of starts walking. And I love her a little bit, even though she's a murdery, freaky hand lady. I I enjoy her energy.
I really like her too. Yeah, same.
I mean, the first episode, I was like, "No, ma'am." Now I'm like, besties. Um,
I was like, I'm gonna be rooting for you. Like, I feel like she's not actually evil.
yeah, I think so too. I think she's the antithesis to whatever the light shop owner is, right?
Yes.
Like she is the other side of that. So like I think he is the thing that gets people home if they
Mhm.
like to like our little girl who came out of the coma, and then she is the one who like, "Hey, you're not going to make it home." And like so I got to clean up the streets. Yeah.
Right. Like he's protecting the people, she's taking out the demonic energy things.
Yeah. So he asks, like, they start talking, right? And as they're walking. And back inside the house, the lady goes to turn on some lights and they're not working again. Also, I'm not staying in a house that the electricity is not working.
Same.
I need lights.
I would be off to family members' houses, friends.
Yeah, there's got to be someone. Because, and I'm just going to say this right now, she's not dead. I think I said it before. She's not dead, right? So, like, she can leave this place, at least in the beginning. But
Yeah.
so she goes and she grabs a flashlight, and again, this is awful. And she takes like a flashlight shower. No way.
Crazy.
What
Except I've
is
done it
wrong?
before, so I can't
Oh
really
my,
judge.
oh my God, you're a psychopath. There's
If
no
you have
way.
to shower and there's no lights on, if you're like stuck in blizzard, it happens. Not
Take a horse
often.
bath, man. No way. Ain't no way that I am taking a shower with like flashlights. I'm gonna out myself right now. I'm super scared of things getting me in the shower.
Oh,
Like
same.
I have this like intrinsic fear. Um, I have a shower curtain that you can see through the top of it, right?
Oh,
Like it's
yeah.
the mesh across the top. Just because I'm scared that somebody's going to come get me. It's all like I can't hide in that bathroom from the monster or the murderer. But I can see him coming if I'm in the shower. So she's goes and she takes this flashlight shower, and we see her washing her hair, and then we see like that there's extra hair there, right? Ugh. No. No. This has messed me up for days. I'm going to tell you that every time that I have taken a shower, I'm like putting my back to a wall
What?
when I am, yeah, no, I'm literally putting my back to the wall when I do my hair, when I lather my hair to make sure like Crinkle Bones is not behind me with extra hair for me to clean for her.
Hey, could you just like wash my hair for me? Okay, thank you.
Yeah. No. I mean, that's why it's so nice. She's got all these people with all this doing the work for her. But, like, no. Every time I take a shower now, I'm like, is Crinkle Bones behind me just trying to get some extra shampoo? Absolutely not.
Gosh,
So,
maybe it's because my shower is so different from her shower that didn't become a thing for me, or because I shower in the middle of the day like an unemployed person. But yeah, that has not been an issue for me at all.
yeah. Yeah. Nope. This is my nightmare. I've literally told people after I've taken a shower, I survived Crinkle Bones.
Yeah, you have said that to me.
uh,
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, so nightmare fuel. And again, it's the little things that stick with you.
Oh, it is.
So she gets done. She gets done with her shower, and she notices in the drain that there is a giant clump of very long hair.
Ugh. She's like,
Yeah,
this is not my hair. I don't have
no,
this.
it's longer than her hair. Like, there's no way this is her hair, right? And she picks it up and then she like drops it because it's gross. And
Yeah.
yeah. And she grabs that flashlight and she starts looking around. And she's in the demon room and the door shuts behind her and the light flashes on. So outside, the boy and the lady in white are walking, and he kind of freaks, like he's freaking out of it, and she's like, "What's wrong?" And he tells her, like, it's always been dark in this alley, but then these windows right here lit up just like they are right now. And he says, I tried to take a peek because I was like, oh, maybe somebody moved in. But then the light went out and the window opened. And we cut back to that scene that happened earlier in the episode, but from the boy's perspective. And he says, like, he freaked out, right? So it's the girl, like, asking, like, why are you singing so much or whatever? And he's like, I saw someone behind her. And it is Crinkle Bones' elongated, creepy, big ass hands on this young girl's shoulders. It's awful.
I was crying at this point.
Yeah. So our poor young lady is in this house and she hears a door open and she sees like in one of the mirrors, because like the door shut behind her and like now it's open, and she sees, because she put up some mirrors in this house, and she looks into one of them, and she sees a shadow move, and the shadow is Crinkle Bone Lady. And now we like get cuts of Crinkle Bone Lady, standing there right next to her bed with the drip on the bed, or like the shadow moving behind her, and like the light shutting off, or like her in the shower and we see Crinkle Bone Lady shadow. It's awful.
Yeah.
And so all the things she hasn't been seeing. And
Well,
we
and I will say there was a point when they started this montage where I was like, has she been able to see her this whole time and it's just been like playing it like that she couldn't? Obviously, that is confirmed that that is not what was happening. But there was a moment where I was like, maybe she's just really calm and collected and is like,
whew.
it's a really good rate for this place, so I just gotta chill and be haunted. But no.
I'm gonna be honest. I would live in a murder house, but not a haunted house.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, that's where I draw my lines. I would live in a house where somebody got murdered, but I am absolutely not living there if there is haunting happening. But I do know that one could potentially beget the other, but still. So we get her inner monologue at this point, right? And we hear her say, the lights keep going out in the house because that thing was meant to hide in the darkness. And somehow it's been living in this house with me. No. Hates. Like, I hate it so much. We are almost done. Bless. I hate it. The
She just needed a roommate.
Yeah, you know what? She just wanted a bestie.
Someone to wash her hair for her.
No, and somebody to creepily stand over and watch while they sleep. So yeah. Oh, yep, this is rough. This is rough. I apologize for anybody who's listening. This is me processing my trauma. Uh So outside, the lady in white asks the boy, like, could it be that maybe they know each other? And he's like, she's still freaking out, and she turns towards the house because she's about to get Crinkle Bones, right? Like, that's how I feel
Get
about it.
her. Get her. Yeah, she's like, "Oh, there's someone in need of help. I can do
Yeah,
this."
yeah. So the boy tells her, he's like, no, don't go in there, and he grabs her like hand, and she like tries to pull her, but then he notices the nails on the wrong side of her fingers, and he falls to the ground because he's freaking out. As you would. I'm gonna be real honest. If I grab somebody's hand and their nails were on the wrong sides of the fingers, I'm gonna freak out a little.
Look, I maybe I'm just one of these people, but I would see that and be like, "Oh, they've got some sort of condition, like, I don't wanna be rude, so I'm gonna pretend I didn't notice just so that I'm not rude."
I'm
'Cause I'd be like,
probably
"Maybe that could happen."
see. Bless. I want to be that person. But I also think that my face tells no lies. So my face I would be like, oh, and not say anything, but my face would say everything, and just be like, my eyes would get big, my whole like intake of breath, like, oh no, oh okay, here we are, and then my Midwest politeness would be like, I'm not gonna say anything, but okay, this is where we're at in life. And so she asks him, because he's fallen to the ground, she asks him, like, are you hurt? And then she says, you and I are a lot alike, aren't we? And she looks down at his legs, and they're broken. And he starts freaking out and, like, starts yelling, what's wrong with my legs? And he starts, like, crawling away. And he does get up, but, like, his legs are super messed up, right? But he does manage to get up. And she asks him, like, do you really think you can leave this place? And he's like, I gotta go home. I want to go home. And he starts taking off, limping down the alley. So,
Someone had called it, though, that he was a ghost.
yes. Yeah. I think, well, I was like, everyone's a ghost, but yeah.
Well, yeah, at this point I'm like, so everyone's a ghost. Got it. Got it. We're just living in Ghostland. But I do think that like this alley might not actually exist.
But it has to, right? Because the girl in the house is not a ghost, and
Yeah,
the
but
people who
maybe
the,
I don't
the
know.
there are human people who've gone into the light shop because they're
I
asking
think
for regular
everybody's a
bulb.
ghost at this point.
No, I don't think so. I think that those people are not ghosts. I think that this alley is not. I don't know. I don't know.
I there's something about the alley that just makes it more spiritual, maybe. Maybe it exists. Maybe some people can go there, live there, whatever. Maybe she's just special. She
I
got chosen by Crinkle Lady.
I do think so. So I do think that we have never seen the alley from a human perspective, from like a
Yeah.
living perspective. We've only seen it from purgatory perspective. And the reason why the lady in the house is kind of like dealing with this is because of that room. And she kind of broke the barrier, right?
She accidentally crossed it.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think she's alive. I could be absolutely wrong. Everybody could
No,
be dead and a ghost, but
I do think she's alive. But what the fuck?
yeah, I don't know, man. I also don't think it's near as creepy in like the living as
Yeah,
Purgatory
there's no
Lane is.
way. There's no way.
Yeah. So back in the house, our young lady is finally doing the smart thing and trying to get out. But she gets to the door and she cannot get the lock to open. And she's just banging on it and freaking out. And we're cutting back, and this is like again where we're cutting back between this lady and the guy and the young man in the street, right? And she's like freaking out and banging, and he's like running and gasping and freaking out, and he just keeps looping in the alley. And then we go back to her, and she's shaking the door, and she's trying to get out, and she's, you know, uh, uh, doing everything she can. And every time the boy passes, that light in the room kind of flickers and flashes. And she even at one point takes a hammer and she starts trying to hit the lock with it to let her out. She breaks the glass with it and she's just screaming and he's kind of screaming, "Help me." And he ends up like laying on the ground outside of that house and they're both just kind of like, "Help me, I can hear you, like help me." And it's like, oh, it's a little heartbreaking.
It's very upsetting.
Yeah. And I think that this means that that young boy is not ever going to be able to go, like, he's done. He is a ghost forever now because he was in that loop and could never get back to the light shop. So he is now forever a ghost.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it because he did make it to the lighthouse at one point, right? He had that potential of
Yeah.
getting out. And but now he's running the same path and always making it back to that house, right? Always staying in the alley. So that's kind of my thought is that like the light shop is kind of this gateway home, if you will. Or back to consciousness.
Very interesting. Okay.
So we're almost at the end of the episode, guys. I know I'm welcome to me recapping this show. I'm sporadic. um Back at the light shop, the lady in white with the suitcase comes in, and our owner asks her, "What brings you here?" And she kind of just walks around the shop, looking around, not saying anything. And he asks again. He's like, "Anything you're looking for?" And she tells him, "Perhaps you'll know what it is." And he asks her, like, "Well, tell me what it is, and maybe I can help you find it." And we cut to underneath the suitcase, and we see like dripping blood on the nice shop floor. And at this point, someone else walks in and says, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" And light shop owner gives him all the attention. "What brings you here?" And the guy's like, "I'm a cop. I got questions for you." And that's the end of the episode.
I I have to say, when she walked into the light shop, I was like, it's becoming a rom-com. This is gonna be a meet cute. No, but in all seriousness, I'm so excited to see what like, are they gonna be like a team or are they gonna be against each other? Like, what is the dynamic gonna be?
I think they are two sides of the same coin, right? Like I think
Mhm.
that he has his job, which is to get people home. He is a beacon of light, if you will. Like he is trying to get these soul if they have the will, if these spirits have the will to return
Ooh.
back, then he is the path that way. And I
Yeah.
think she's the cleanup crew. I think she is the one who takes care of malicious, like but I don't know. It's we got to watch more because some of the ghosties who
Do we
have come to
have
his shop,
to?
we do. Because like
Okay.
Crinklebones came to his shop in the first episode, but again, we don't know when that was. She might have not always been evil ghost lady.
Well, and she just still might be in the lost stage.
Yeah, but she's pretty evil.
Have we actually seen her kill anybody?
No.
We've seen her be super creepy, but I don't think
Yeah,
we've seen true evil act.
you can't tell me that that run wasn't about to kill somebody. Like,
I can tell you that people are misunderstood all the time, and she
no,
was just hobbling along looking for a friend.
get out. There's no way that you can convince me that Crinklebones is not
Girl, I was
malicious.
right there with you screaming, "Run faster!"
But yeah, so that's my thought is like we're this gateway, right? Like
Yeah.
the girl, we are in her past. She's in a coma. You know, she's or between two places. I guess purgatory is kind of the right, maybe. I don't know, limbo.
Purgatory, maybe, yeah. Could
But
be.
that's but there are living people who have come into that light shop. There are living like the cop, and but we also get ghosts that come in there too. I don't know.
We'll figure it out. We
Yep,
got another episode to watch.
yep. But those are my theories. I kind of intermixed my theories throughout.
Yeah, we both kind of did that a little bit.
Yeah. The other thing that was pointed out that I don't think I mentioned, it was pointed out by Corvée, was, or maybe even Beans, was that the light shop owner keeps telling the little girl to go back to her mother.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the one who's praying for you, young lady?
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like that's confirmation all we need.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely, you were absolutely dead
I'm a
on.
genius. No, I'm kidding.
Way to go.
Haha,
Way to
claps
go.
for me.
So, any other additional thoughts other than
Nope, nope, I
I'm
gotta
so
stop while
sorry.
I'm ahead.
Yeah, and mic drop. I'm so sorry for the chaos, everyone. That is the read, but this show is wild.
I'm not sorry for the chaos. That's what I'm here for.
So yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, we do kind of know that the girl gets out, right? We do know she survives if she is the nurse,
Yes.
but we don't
Which,
know.
for now, though, because she's still seeing these ghosts all the time, so I don't know that she's ever fully safe.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I was gonna say, is she just still a ghost? No, she's interacted with those people
Yeah. She's
significantly.
significantly interacted with people,
she
yes.
she like grew up, had a whole fake nursing degree, and like.
This is all in her head.
uh, but yeah, so also we need to know what's up with the light shop owner. Like, what you got going on behind those glasses, sir?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm I'm having flashbacks to when I was playing Silent Hill F, and there was the fox guy that we all called Fox Daddy.
Yep.
And he always had the mask on, and we're like, take the mask off. And then he took it off. And we're like, put the mask back on. I feel like that's going to be us with the light shop owner. Put the glasses
Put the
back
glasses back
on.
on. Yeah. It's very possible. It's very, very possible. Oh, yep. So I think we're ready to watch the next episode. Unless you
I
have
don't
any
know that
more
I would go that
theories.
far.
We'll never be prepared. I'm not
No.
emotionally prepared for any of this.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll just make funny commentary and get
Yeah,
through it. It'll be great.
absolutely. Absolutely. This is why we absolutely allow for talking during our rewatch watching because sometimes we need brevity. Uh
Distraction, anything.
yes. So
Or just
thank
commiseration.
yeah, oh yeah. Of like, are you scared right now? I'm absolutely terrified too. Wonderful. We are in the same boat. Uh, so thank you all for listening to I Found a Weird Show, and we cannot wait to continue the recap next time. Bye.
Bye.